Friday video time! The scariest thing happened to me yesterday. I was working out really early in the morning. I was in the elliptical machine, doing my thing, when suddenly I started to hear fireworks. But this didn't make sense because it was bright daylight, so I was puzzled. Then I turned around and saw right through the window the electricity cable cords behind my house exploding. There were flames coming out. I freaked out, so I grabbed my cell phone and called the fire department. To my surprise, the fire department didn't answer my first call, not my second call, not even my third call, but the fourth call. I am pissed. Finally, a lady answers, super casually, like if I was calling a pizza delivery service or something. Hello, can I help you? Yes, my house is on fire. Can you please bring all the fire troopers in the Panama City District to my house? I was mad. And to top it off, no one arrived to my house until 3 hours later. Everything's alright. My Friday video time setup is cool. Nothing happened. We were all safe. But this got me thinking about deadlines. Of course, this story is a worst case scenario when it comes to not fulfilling deadlines, not meeting clients' expectations, and being completely irresponsible. But as an entrepreneur, I have to understand that there's lessons learned in everything. So I started thinking, I need to share this with my people. I need to share this, but I need to find a lesson here. And that's what this Friday video is all about, dramatizing deadlines. Many of us work under tight deadlines. We like to overpromise, but we also love to overdeliver. But have you ever stopped to think about how these deadlines are making us feel internally? All of the stress, all of the anxiety that these due dates are causing inside our heads, inside our minds, inside our bodies, and how that is reflecting on our productivity and on everything that we do. Sure, deadlines are a part of life and we need to factor them in. They are part of being responsible and running a successful business. But I think that a lot of the stress attached to deadlines is not necessarily from the deadline itself, but from the thought of not meeting the deadline, from the thought of not doing a good job, from the thought of what will happen if I cannot meet that freaking due date, or even commiserating to others about not having enough time, about being too busy, about not being talented enough. And this has to stop. I'm going to share with you another story, true tale. Not that long ago, I received a design commission from a client that I adore. I quoted the project, I told her what I was going to create for her, but since this was so special, I wanted to over-deliver. I wanted to add a little bit extra magic into the mix to make this client super, super happy. And somewhere along the process, I began to stress myself out. I began to think all these loser thoughts. Oh, I don't have the right tools. I don't have the right techniques. Oh my God, I have to learn this new tutorial. I have to buy this book before I can do this thing that I want to do. I have to call my mom. My mom has to know about this. I am not going to meet this deadline. And I'm sure that if this happens to me, it happens to you too, or in some form. And I wanna tell you what I did to get over it and to overcome this loser mentality, to be able to, of course, meet my deadlines, but not stress along the way. My first tip is to breathe deeply. Count to 10. Do it 10 times. I guarantee it will help you. My second tip is to be as productive and effective as possible. And I know this sounds simple, but somewhere along the lines, this goes extremely wrong. Tell me if this happens to you. You have a really important deadline coming up, but you have to visit Pinterest, of course, and you have to update your Facebook profile as well, and you have to take out the trash and also cook a delicious dessert for dinner. You see how many excuses we come up when we want to avoid what actually is on the table? So why not instead brainwash yourself that you have to be productive and effective? You have to be a captain, a military captain with this. And the more that you tell yourself, I have to be productive, I have to be effective, the easier it would be to pull aside all of the crap that we make up not to do the actual work that has to be done. My third tip is never, and I mean never, complain about deadlines, even if justified. I have learned that complaining about deadlines takes up so much mental energy, and not only that, but your precious time. So whining is banned from the picture. And I want to wrap with a little rant that beautifully ties into the beginning of today's episode. Are you ready? You are not a firefighter. You are a creative entrepreneur. You are a genius. You are a master. You are a crusader. You have very important missions to accomplish, but among them is not to put off fires. No one will die if you suddenly catch the flu and you have to reschedule. Your reputation won't be ruined forever if once in a lifetime you skip your weekly newsletter. The world won't come to an end if you have a family emergency and you have to reschedule your Skype call appointment. I know we like to think of ourselves as firefighters, and that's cool, but eliminate the guilt, the irritation, the stress associated with it. I know you're hustling. As long as you're doing your very best, you should be proud of yourself. I know I am. Have any stories that you care to share about the ways that deadlines impact your life? Particularly, I want to hear all about your actionable tips to have a healthier relationship when it comes to the expiration dates on your projects. I want to turn it over to you. This was Mayi Carles, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye-bye. Firefighter.